All right. Hello, everybody. So this is the assignment walkthrough for the Build Wireframe Canva website assignment. First thing I'll do is I'll just click into it for now. You will ultimately, most simply put, is completing the remaining pages from your Canva practice assignment document from last week. So ultimately, you can submit the same link as last week for this assignment after you've ensured that you have completed all the elements within your website. And I will share with you now some helpful resources on getting there. Okay, so first of all, just to have a framework in mind for what we're looking for, this is an example from a submission from a student, I believe actually even just last semester. You can see, first of all, that little animation, great. I'll refresh the page once again. You can see what you can add here with Canva. Okay, so you do not need to do this type of a URL unless you'd like to. As long as I can see it is all that I'm concerned with. Okay, but as we look here, we got a great above the fold. We got logo. We got the headline, subheadline, a good call to action. Down here is very brief explanatory paragraph about us, which is very nice. Yours does not have to be in this order particularly. We can play around with it a little bit. Testimonials is a great option. If we can, as much as we can, we want to be as real as we can. But in the early stages here, we can add some fake testimonials to get the ball rolling. But if you can, avoid and use only real things is the best way to go. Okay, how it works. This is a really great step-by-step process. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a lot of words here, but it's okay. The idea being is that we want a good step process for our user. How does it work? If we can get that to being like 1 or 2 words each, like, sign up, get the newsletter, engage, or subscribe, or whatever it is, 1, 2, 3, subscribe, engage, win, whatever it might be. Features and benefits. Here are our value stacks. A lot of times we put these up towards the top, but this is a good place for them too. It's okay. This is where it's like really those 1 or 2 word things, 2 or 3 words maybe, that really explain what it is, the value that we offer. And we'll go deeper into that here in this video as well, just to explain. Okay, and then finally, the get in touch or the contact section or page. And so this is a really great website. This is a really great submission, and this would be a 100% for sure on this assignment. And let me just also mention this. This is the new kind, this is the very trending kind of idea for websites nowadays. Rather than having like a separate page like up here where we have navigation and we go to About Us page and Testimonials page and Features and Benefits page, having it all right here on one page is the way that everyone's doing it nowadays. It's really much more common to see this. And then not only that, but if you do have navigation, you can have it to where it just scrolls down to the page. So in other words, rather than going to another page, they click About Us and it scrolls to About Us, okay? Or they click Testimonials and it scrolls all the way down to Testimonials, right? That is another option. But let's see here. So this is a good site. I'll show you one more thing that is kind of always important to keep in mind. What I'm going to do is this is a Google Chrome extension called Responsive Viewer. And what this allows me to do is see what this would look like on all different sites, on all different, device screen sizes, which is very, very important to do today. Like you might notice, like that picture comes up pretty large, still works. You see the testimonials will come like this. And Canva, this is what is called a responsive design, meaning that it responds to whatever screen size you have. All the elements within the site will become larger or smaller based on what screen size you have. And this is something that works really well in Canva. And Canva sets it up, all their elements in their website prototypes like we're using, to do just this. And you can still change the setup as you see fit, and it will still do its best to adjust, but you always want to double check what it will look like on mobile. I will definitely be doing this on everyone's sites. and leaving feedback. That is kind of like the first thing we check typically is like, what does this look like on desktop and on mobile and on any other screen size? So very important to keep this in mind. But again, this for the submission for this week, this is what we're looking for. Okay, something like this, and just filling out the rest of your template. I'll go now. I'm going to go through 2 different slideshows to add some extra detail here. But once again, this is what we're looking for final deliverable. Okay, something like this. Okay. One other quick comment that I will make is that once we do have this, this is just a little bit in more detail of what I was mentioning in the overview video. But ultimately, once we've had this simple website, a template together, what we're ultimately going to do in this course is then take this blueprint and rebuild it. Now, when I say rebuild it, I don't mean taking weeks and months. I mean taking minutes with AI, sometimes with AI, sometimes not with AI, to create different iterations of this website with more powerful tools. So we will be using we will use Card. Is a website builder some might be familiar with, but we're also going to get a little research into the other sites. But point is we take this wireframe and then we're able to use it to create our website again, reimagined by different AI tools and in different platforms. Okay, really great way to learn how quick and easy it is nowadays to make a really high functioning website. And I love to say this too, is that once you have seen this completed fully, like once you've seen a website, maybe not Canva, but maybe the next step, once you've seen what it takes to bring a website from nothing to something, once you've seen that fully, you can see how easy it is to do many times over and in many different situations. So this is a really wonderful exercise. I definitely recommend digging into it and doing the best website that you can here. Okay, so to that end, to add extra details for what makes a good site, I'm going to do 2 slideshows. First of all, I'm going to pull back up what we did last week. This is the slides, the best websites tell stories, and the customer is the main character. So I'm downloading this real quick again. So remember we talked about the grunt test. This was more specific for above the fold, but what do you offer? How will it make my life better? What do I need to buy it? So again, we talked about above the fold pretty good, but these are like recommended checklist. Don't need to necessarily have this. In the last video from last week, I went through this whole slideshow, but quickly, I will briefly go through it again to add more detail on what it is that we could add for those sections throughout our website if you are stuck there. So first of all, the value stacks, we've seen that on the other site, that student example, but the optimally concise statements, 2 or 3 words that describes the value of your offer down here. Reliable service, customizable menu, happy guests. Really great. You can make that into a whole section of your site, right? The stakes. This is the idea of, again, what is the customer risking by not using your service? Like what currently happens that you are providing a solution to, right? So the stakes are what they can expect if they do not purchase your product or service. And then this is very important to keep in mind that you are the guide, not the hero. Rather than your hero banner, your hero image being of you or of the company, it should be of what a successful company, what a successful customer looks like. The customer is the hero, right? You are the guide, right? So if you are Obi-Wan Kenobi, they are Luke Skywalker, right? And you can display your empathy and authority. Empathy, testimonials, reviews, those are good. For like that you have empathy, and then authority is the idea of like we were mentioned in this magazine, or we had this interview, or we had this many downloads, or establishing the authority somehow there, right? Like why are you the knowledge center on whatever this problem is? Okay. And so first characteristics of a guide, you're empathetic, you know the customer's problem, you know it really well, you are like them, you are amongst that customer segment, you understand how it feels. And so you can ideate 4 or 5 empathetic statements that you can say to your hero that is a really good method for beginning to think about what words we're going to use on the website. Okay. Second characteristics of a guide. So again, the first characteristic being empathy, and the second characteristic being authority. Again, testimonials, statistics, awards, logos of partners, past clients are ways to establish authority. How can you demonstrate your authority? What expertise do you have? Statistics, awards, testimonials. Again, the idea right there. See how they got like award there. Okay. The guide has to have a plan, right? I mean, the matrix reference is great. But then again, the idea here is that he's the hero, right? He's the main character. He's the customer. And then we are Morpheus. We are the guide, right? We guide the customer, right? Towards whatever actions it is that we are hoping the customer fulfills, right? Or takes. So we give them a plan. We clarify how they do business with us, reduce the risk of bad purchase. And then again, the idea of a plan, like the 3-step plan, like in our other website, in our example website, here was her plan, how it works, 1, 2, 3, 4. Same kind of deal here, learn 1, 2, 3, right? This is the plan. What do customers do, right? It might be schedule an appointment, allow us to create a customized plan, let's plan together. Those could be the 3 steps, boom, 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 right next to each other, right? Same thing here, download the software, blah, blah, blah. It might look like this, right? Take the quiz, get nutrients that work, stick with it long term. A really good section to have. Explanatory paragraph. People don't read online. Notice how concise this is. 2 sentences. 2 sentences seems pretty good. Okay? If you can get it in 2 or 3 sentences, that's definitely a way to go. Have to have calls to action. You know, the one thing I do feel like for this website is that down here is where we have a bunch of calls to action down here. But you notice we don't have one here, we don't have one here, we don't have one there, we have one up here. So this one's a little bit sparse on the calls to action. It could use one here too. So we could fill those out. Those can be all over the website, right? Just about every section of the website, I feel like typically tends to have a call to action these days. So calls them to action. It can be direct, buy now, call today, schedule an appointment, or transitional. Free information, testimonials, sample, free trial, etc. Okay, this beautiful formula. A character has a problem. They are on the internet looking for solutions to that problem. They meet you. They come to your website. They click into your website. You have given them a plan and call them to action. And now that can either end in success, and that also helps them avoid failure, right? So we want to explain to them, once we meet them, once they land on us, that we fully understand their problem. We've been where they are, okay? We have a solution and a plan, right? We call them to action, and what we want them to know is that that call to action, they do it, that will likely end in success, and that will likely help them to avoid failure, right? We want the customer to feel this as they get there. We want them to land on our website and be like, oh, these guys know me. This is exactly what it is that I was looking for, right? That's what we're looking for. So also understanding your target audience is very, very important, which is why we did the early ideation exercises like the fit potential, and then talking about our customers, right? And made our customer persona on the next one, right? So really, really good. That is the customer. You want to think about that customer persona, and that person is on the internet and they found us. And from the second they found us, we want them to feel like we really know them, you know, and yeah. So really good here. One more time, the landing page checklist. You get 3 value stacks. It could be 3 or 4 or 2. What? The stakes, the guide, the 3-step plan, the explanatory paragraph. Again, these are not like a requirement. They're just recommended, helpful stepping stones to getting there for your completed website. Okay. All right. Very good. One more slideshow for today. Going back into here. And then this one is the slides, the landing page slides. So I'll go ahead and click in it. This just kind of reiterates some of the ideas that we were just talking about, but most good landing pages use the main headline to confirm the offer and use a headline for more explanation or value proposition, aka why your offer is awesome. So we want that first headline to really, first of all, the headline itself should explain, again, it should pass the grunt test, right? If they just read the headline, they ought to pretty much know what it is that we're selling, right? Be at least very close in the ballpark, right? And then when they read the sub headline, they know without a doubt what it is that we're selling, right? That all needs to happen in the first couple seconds of them seeing the website. That's why it's so important to pick the right words and to be short and concise, right? And then also to get opinions, right? Customer opinions, like actually sitting down and watching someone open the website and having them explain what it is that they think, right? Is a really good way to go. Get customer data on that way. That's how we can optimize, right? Again, this is a great slide. You can see how we have some navigation up here. Go to slides, try slides for work. We got a transitional. Yeah, well, I guess we got kind of 3 CTAs. Sign in, go to slides, try slides for work, try slides for work, go to slides, sign up for free. This would be like the transitional CTA maybe, but again, this would be like if they're not signed up. All that to say is we got a handful of CTAs here and a really good looking site. Okay. Same thing here. Boom. Gift rocket. What is it? The online gift card. Beautiful headline. Within 2 seconds, I know exactly what we got here. Okay. At first, I'm not sure. This doesn't tell me anything. It necessarily doesn't tell me a lot. But then, gift rocket, the online gift card, took 2 seconds. Right. They sell gift cards online. Okay. Really good. Zendesk, the best customer experiences. Zendesk provides the best customer service solutions that's easy to use and scales with your business. Really, really great. Look at their CTAs, free trial, view demo. Okay, and they got that navigation up here, which we don't necessarily need to have. We might not have. Landing page best results, remove all distractions. Err on the side of a minimalist design, and then we can build from there. But principles that emphasize striking imagery in a lot of white space. White space or just empty space. It doesn't need to be white, but empty space. Make it crystal clear to your visitor what it is you want them to do and give them a straightforward path to doing it. Okay? Write in plain language. Keep your message simple and accessible. Don't try to explain every part of your product. Only include the things that speak directly to your target's pain points. Be human. Okay, again, we want them to see the website and be like, oh my God, these people really understand me. They really know this problem. Do the work to find or create eye-catching, evocative imagery that shows the context and includes as much details as possible. Immerse your audience in a moment that shows how your offering fits into their lives, whether practically or ideally. Okay. And you know, what I do love to say here sometimes too is that it maybe seems like a lot of work, right? But the beautiful thing so much about websites is that once we have that perfect option and we've created the website that we really are in love with, we don't have to touch it again, right? I mean, we should and we do, and we'll optimize it as we get data, but now it's built, right? The hard part's over. The building is there. Now we just manage it, right? And so it's pretty cool to be able to have, you know, web assets being essentially anything that you own online. And you might have like 30 web assets, right? In this modern era. And some of those might be websites, right? Some of which might make lots of money, right? So definitely important things for entrepreneurs for today. Okay. Put yourself in the shoes of your visitors. Again, that is a beautiful way to do it. Anticipate what they need to know before they sign up. Make sure this is critical info before your first CTA. So again, we want to make sure that the customer really fully understands and they're not confused, because no one's going to click buy now, purchase now if there's any reservations or if they're confused at all, right? They need to really be clear understanding of what this is before they're going to click that CTA button. So we got to get them there in seconds. And so what words and images do we use to get there in seconds? Okay, and then this is a great video. You guys are welcome to watch it. It's 22 minutes long, but it is startup websites. These two guys, you have to click into this slideshow in order to access this video, but it is in there. Okay. Good stuff here. All right. And then finally, there's one other video too. There's a YouTube video using Canva to design your website. I'm Nick from Design School. And you could watch this as well to help find if you're stuck a little bit in the Canva interface. Okay. But other than that, I am more than happy to reach out and answer any questions you might have at all. And so please feel free to reach out anytime. I'm available. Okay. All right. Good luck on this one, and I'll see you next time. Bye.